Dallas Goedert last year, 42 receptions, 52 targets, 496 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Thoughts on Dallas Goedert?
This is a guy who's overinflated, in my opinion. Dallas Goddard is kind of one of those guys. He is a very good NFL player, and he brings a lot to this Eagles offense as a physical player. The fantasy game, no, not as much. Um, the Eagles have a pretty skinny target tree between AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, and then you still have Jalen Hurts, who's going to get his on the ground as well. So it just doesn't lead as much for Dallas Goddard. So he's a guy I feel like is overinflated on this list. I would push him a couple spots down. I like Hunter Henry more than him. I like Jake Ferguson more than him. Um, you know, I I'd probably take Goddard over Kyle Pitts, but I think my stomach might turn over and inside out all in once if I had to choose between the two of them. Um, but nevertheless, defending Super Bowl champion. So congratulations to him. I just I am I'm looking for more out of my tight end position besides, you know, 5 targets a game, 4 receptions a game, and 2 touchdowns in a season. I need more out of that.
So here's what's frustrating about Dallas Goddard. Games that he is healthy in, uh, he doesn't finish worse than tight end 2, right? Number 22 is the least last year. This is last year. He didn't finish worse than tight end 2. 22 overall. But the problem is you only got 10 games with him last year. He missed 7 games. He misses games. He is health averse. It is now something you have to contend with when you consider Dallas Goddard is how much of Dallas Goddard am I going to have? And then to that point, if you're going to take Dallas Goddard as the 15th tight end off the board, are you taking a tight end earlier to kind of defend against that? Or are you trying to take somebody later and then you're potentially losing out? So like he's in this weird spot where you have to commit to a draft strategy that you may not want to commit to because you have to defend against the handful of games that he's likely going to miss throughout the course of the season. So
Great
it's a
point.
very unique spot, and I don't know that I like it at all. And so, like for that, I think I'm out on Dallas Goddard this year.
Yeah, when we talked about this a little bit, when we talked about Jalen Hurts, yeah, the Philadelphia offense is far more, far more focused on the running side of things than throwing the ball, right? Like this is one of those that I don't know that we necessarily see a giant uptick to the point where the Eagles offense is going to put up 4,000 yards through the air. Like I don't see that happening. I think at most we're seeing 3,500. And when you start seeing that dispersed around and distributed there, Dallas Goddard is going to be kind of that, again, that odd man looking out, right? Like when all said and done, he's coming off the board. Currently it's as that tight end 15, and I think that's about where his ceiling is going to be, is that low end, that upper end tight end 2, right? Like maybe he gets up to 13, 14, 15. But that's not a game that I want to play on this one. This is a guy that I would look to potentially stream if having to, but as a certainly not looking to put him on my roster as my first tight end if I'm going kind of a later tight end strategy. And a guy that I'm not necessarily even want as my backup